Hello guys, in this lecture we are going to see why we need MCP and what is architecture and how we can integrate it. I will also see in the next subsequent lectures and all how we can integrate it in the LangChain, LangGraph and the QI and all. We will discuss those things as well. Suppose that if you want to make an agent which can book free slots for your calendar, order groceries from online store Amazon, connect to a message to a friend, like these all things you want your agents to do, but these all are different tools, right? So they should able to communicate with your agent seamlessly. Otherwise you have to make different API to connect to them, different use cases to connect to them, so it will be very complex. Instead of that, we can make one protocol. If any tool want to integrate to my agent, they can connect through one protocol. So that I will discuss in this MCPs and all. So here if you can see, this is like normal client server request, how it works. This is a client and here you send a request. Suppose you want to, suppose this is you are open amazon.com. Okay, amazon.com you have a point, and when you open amazon.com, it will go to the Amazon server, it will fetch the UI and the data and the products, it will show you the other data and the UI, all the things. This is how the normal client server works. Okay, same proper model we will use for the MCP. Okay, model, it is known as model context protocol. It is like this. So this is your host MCP client. There are multiple MCP client and there will be MCP server. There will be MCP server where different things will be loaded. This is for related to the calendar. This is related to the online shopping. This is related to the friend message and all. There will be multiple MCP server. So all the client, they can communicate to the same protocol, which is known as model context protocol. So there will be multiple MCP server, and with the same protocol, your agent can communicate to the MCP server. So MCP host is application where the AI model runs. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, here this is the host where your AI model is running. Then MCP client resides within the host and responsible for making requests to external tool and data sources. It acts on behalf of AI model and maintain 1:1 connection with the server while residing inside the host. So here you have a host, and this host where you have in the host you have agents and all, and here you have a MCP client. Client means you will make a call to your MCP server with the help of model context protocol like this. An MCP server exposes an external tool or data source like database, API, local file system, like that. So this is like your MCP server, which will be like, it will be tools, it will be like fetching financial data, it will like fetching online data and all. So if we make a MCP client will make a call to the MCP server with the help of model context protocol, it will do all the things and it will return the data. So here you can see it is not communication there. Here you have to make a different call. Here you have to make different IPs and different TCPs and all. Here this is simple model context protocol is simply you can connect. If you make another MCP server, simply it can connect. If you make another MCP server, simply it can connect. So a standardization and scalability, developer no longer need to build unique connector for every tool. A tool with an MCP server can seamlessly connect with any API client that function as an MCP client. So any tool can easily connect to your MCP clients and all. So it's very easy to connect. And here modularity and flexibility. AI models can easily swap out or add new tools without significant re-engineering, as already discussed with you. Security, the protocol establishes clear boundaries and rules for data exchange, enhancing security of interaction between AI and external resources. So this is all the things. This is the architectural advantage of MCP. Before MCP, if you have suppose grocery tool, calendar tool, email tool, you have to you have to make multiple, like here you have to make one protocol to connect to this, here you have to make another port to connect to this, here you have to make another API to connect to this /grocery /calendars and all, like /which port this is running. This is very complicated. Now with the MCP, this is your AI agent, this is your MCP, And here it can connect easily to your grocery, to your calendar, to your message. It can easily connect. Okay. To your grocery, to your calendar, to your message. With one protocol, agent will connect to the MCP protocol. That's all. It will make a call to the MCP, and MCP tool will have a seamless connection with all the tools. Here, AI agent has to just say, okay, which tool I have to use calendar. MCP will receive it. MCP server will receive it, and it will decide, okay, I have to call this one. It will call this MCP, this grocery tool. It will call this calendar tool. It will call this message tool. That's all. It's very seamless. Okay. So this is how it works. So here the how MCP tools are the action oriented function that agents can execute. Think of them as a verb. They actively do something like creating calendar entries, sending in and updating a database record. This comes in simpler to post requests in traditional API. Resources, on the other hand, are read-only resources for information, essentially the nouns in the conversation. They allow agent to retrieve data for context, such as getting list of files. Prompts are predefined receipts for interaction that resides on the server. They provide an optimized, reusable way to perform. So here we will discuss all these things and all. So here you can see, this is the, here you can actually how you can build a tools and all. So here, this is you're defining a MCP resource. MCP.resource, meantime application JSON, get system status, return the current status version. So this is here you can say this is one resource. When you ask /status, it will return the status of the application, like a status is basically current state of the application. It is online, what is current date and time. This is the same thing. And here we can define the prompt, mcp.prompt. So summarize, this can summarize a long piece of text into a few key bullet points. So here generate a prompt to summarize the provided text. So let me just discuss this. So MCP will have the tools that are action oriented function that agent can execute. Think them as a verb. Like I have the tools like this one, like grocery tool I have. So I will tell the agent, AI agent will tell also I want to use the grocery tool for shopping. So MCP tool call will call this grocery tools and add the whatever things I wanted to add. This is a tool. Then we have resource. Resource on the other hand are read-only resources, information, especially on the nouns conversation. They allow agent to retrieve data for context, such as getting list of files in a folder, reading data. Suppose if you have certain things like a static data where you want to just retrieve it like a resource, you want to fetch some metadata or some files, so you can use mcp.resource. Okay. It will just fetch this data like this one. Here we have data now, like current online status if you want to get it. So we can just write mcp.resource. And third one is prompt. Prompts are predefined recipe for interaction that resides on the server. They provide an optimized and reusable way to perform common tasks, saving user from the overload of complex engineering. So prompts are like a predefined recipe for interaction that resides on the server. They provide an optimized and reusable way to perform common tasks. So prompts are like mcp.prompts, where we can, like if you want to use certain prompt multiple times, so we can use mcp.prompt, so that we can use that prompt whichever we wanted to use that prompt, we can just call that prompt. It will give me predefined prompt. Let's suppose like this one, mcp.prompt name summarize. I will just call this prompt summarize, and it will, the whole thing will get called. Summarize a long piece of text into a few key bullet points. This is a prompt. Okay. And summarize text to summarize list based on must generates a prompt to summarize the proper text. So basically mcp.prompt, if I pass the prompt like summarize, it will call this one. Okay. and whatever the text we will pass, it will summarize into bullet points. So basically summarize and all, it we will use multiple times, right? So we can just create a mcp.prompt and we can use this multiple times. We don't have to write this again and again to pass to the agents and all. We can just reuse this. So through mcp we can create the tools, we can create the resources, we can create the prompts. So this is all about the mcp. When we see the real example, then we'll understand more. So thank you.